Previously on Sisters and Stars Hollow.
Oh God, I forgot your meatball in the car. It's everything right now.
Have you seen the cover of his notebook? It's one step away from stalker material. Saturday is the day of pre-rest, so when you actually get to Sunday, you're rested enough to enjoy your rest. Anyone was spying on them at the junkyard.
The cornstarch.
Just let yourself go.
Squint your eyes.
Going on?
Okay. What are you gonna do? Bash my head and put me in the trunk of your car?
Oh my God. She kisses Chad Michael Murray. Oh my gosh. Julia, I have to say, just last episode and this episode, like, I'm starting to be invested in these characters.
It's happening. I told you
it's happening,
would.
Julia. It's, oh my God. I was watching what in particular? Oh my God. Where to even start? The emotional ups and downs that are happening. Like, I'm starting to like go on the roller coaster with them. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
It's gradually ramping up, and I feel like I'm there now. When Rory's going through something emotional, I'm feeling it. Like,
oh wow. Yeah.
I'm like,
my gosh.
Whoa. Like,
Get ready for a wild ride. Get ready for a wild ride.
But yeah, does that make sense? Like,
it does.
What I'm saying? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know. I even just felt the shift. Even like last episode, like it was starting to happen. It was starting to happen, and then this episode, I'm like, oh, it's happening. And it wasn't even like that much.
I was like, nothing even super crazy happened this episode.
Okay,
so
but like,
wait, what are you talking about in particular?
Everything with Emily, and she's turning into like a person.
I see what you're saying. You are now seeing Emily's like dynamic character almost. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, that's part of it.
Okay.
And then also the whole like Tristan and Paris situation.
Yes.
And then at the end.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
I felt like, whoa. And and to your point, yes, nothing actually that crazy happened this episode, I guess, in the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme. But yes, no, I get what you're saying.
I think that is why I'm making a point of saying this, though. That's like nothing even happened. And it was just like emotion. It was just like the characters just like being.
You're invested in the characters enough that even small things that are happening, it's like, oh my gosh, you're feeling it.
That's
I get
what I'm
you.
saying.
I got you. Yeah. And that's what I mean. So I'm like, you're in for it now. You're in it.
Yeah.
Get ready.
I'm in it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that makes me excited to talk about today's episode. Before we do, we have a surprise special guest. Our mom is here.
It's our mom. Hi, Mom.
Hey, hi, girls. I'm so happy to be here with my girls today on this podcast. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
We're excited you're here.
Yeah, Mom's been wanting to get on the pod. So I was like, all right.
That's what happened.
Yeah, this will be fun. I think this is a fun one for you to join us on. Mom has seen it. You have been following along in the podcast. I don't know that you've watched every episode.
Correct.
Yeah.
I really only know what happened because I've been listening to the podcast.
Okay.
I haven't really watched the show, but I have watched this episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're like basically at my point of knowing what's
kind
going
of. Yeah. I mean, actually, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good.
Okay, so Julia, you just missed a really crazy audio anomaly is what I'm calling it.
Okay, what happened?
So, Julia was not in the room when this happened. Mom and I we were doing a sound test, and the mics were all working, and then I was recording like a practice clip. One of the cables got just like brushed with a hand, and then all of a sudden everything started going.
Okay.
And then like there was like a voice talking to us in the audio.
Yes. We're not sure what it's.
Did we have like a paranormal experience? Did we just
might have?
Or was it like
sure felt like
or
it.
was it like a recorded like
what I think happened was
thing?
It was like, you know how sometimes when stuff gets messed up there's like a delay, like you say something and then it like comes back.
Except it didn't sound like either one of us.
No, it did not.
Okay,
but I do think
Alexandra's trying to explain this logically.
Right.
No, you guys just experienced something paranormal.
It was weird.
It sounded, both of us heard it. Neither of us even said anything, but like we heard it. I had to like shut down the thing. I don't have the audio saved from this.
God.
Right. And
because I had to like close
GarageBand.
Band. And we were both just like, what was that?
Oh my God.
Anyway, so that just happened.
Back.
Wow.
It was very strange.
Actually, that's strange, and I'm upset that I missed that.
Yeah, I'm
actually.
sorry you missed
oh my
it.
gosh.
It was very short. It's like we heard a voice
It
that
was
went
like
something
4
like
words or something.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like. Seriously. Like, yeah, probably like 4 or 5 words, like length of like it wasn't
and you
that
both
long.
thought it sounded like someone speaking.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It sounded like someone speaking, but it was like in the audio noise. It was like
Yeah, right. That's how those things come through.
Right.
But
and
yeah,
like
that's what it.
static noise.
There was like beep
audio.
feedback static happening, and I was like, uh-oh, and I was trying to figure out what happened. And when I was doing that, all of a sudden it was like meow, 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 like in the there.
My God.
I was like,
That's
what
crazy.
the heck?
I'm upset that I missed this. Wow. Well,
Yeah. So that just happened. We're just
Spooky
like, sitting here
moment.
like
It's going to be a good episode, starting out well.
there you go.
it's a good omen to have a paranormal experience
Sure.
at the start of our recording.
For
set.
sure.
Okay. All right.
Okay, before we get into our coffee and the actual episode, we have a listener shout out.
Listener shout out.
Bow, 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 to Alyssa. Alyssa.
Is that a song?
I don't know. I've been doing that with her names now. Alyssa said, "Hi, just need you to know I found your podcast this week and it's become my new favorite. You're doing a wonderful job capturing the heart, humor, and cozy vibes that we all love about Gilmore Girls." Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That just made our day. I'm so glad you found it and you're loving it and we love you.
We're happy you're here.
All right, let's talk about our coffees. What are we drinking today?
We're drinking Santa's White Christmas
Santa's
again.
White Christmas.
I was like, I need a 5-star coffee again.
Yeah, we're recording this during the blizzard, the snowstorm across the country that's happening right now. So
yes.
we needed something to lift our
counteract
spirits.
the weather-related blues that we're all experiencing.
Yeah. Mom, have you tried this before?
I'm trying it right now, and I have to say it is pretty amazing.
Yes.
It is so
we know.
smooth.
Isn't it?
It's perfect, just as a black coffee.
Yeah, it has like a really sweet taste to it where it feels like you already added creamer,
Right.
Yeah.
but there
Yeah.
isn't any in there. So it's amazing.
Yeah.
It
Thank you.
is.
That's good. Yeah.
It's another person that agrees.
That's like just on its own. Beautiful. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. I'm Julia.
I'm Alex.
And this is Sisters in Stars Hollow, Season 1, Episode 18, The Third Lorelai. So the episode opens, we are at Friday night dinner. Around the table, it's Lorelai, Rory, and Emily, and everyone's quiet. Emily's commenting on that fact. She's like, why is nobody talking? And Lorelai and Rory are just like, we're tired from school, work, and life. I don't know. And Emily says, well, this is just ridiculous. We're 3 intelligent women sitting here in complete silence. There must be something we can talk about. And she gives an example that the Kennedys every night at dinner would sit around the table and have lively debates about everything under the sun. Like, they can do that, we can do that too. The Gilmores are just as smart and as worldly as the Kennedys, so come on, somebody say something. So then Lorelai says, do you know that a butt model makes $10,000 a day? Emily's like, all right, forget it. Never mind. Why do I even try? But that's classic. At that time, Richard calls out for Emily. She's like, we're in here, just follow the crickets. But Richard enters and says he has wonderful news. And he just got off the phone. You find out he had spoken to his mother, who in a previous episode he claimed was dead, but she's not actually dead.
It was heavily implied.
Okay,
It wasn't
heavily
actually
implied, right.
like she was spoken about in past tense. Like
Yes.
she was this. Like she was like
Okay.
this.
Yes. But yes, he spoke to his mother, and immediately Emily is on guard. Like, you spoke to your mother? And Richard said, yes, she's fine. She sends her love, and she's coming to visit.
No.
Emily's like, what?
When? When? They're like just having a conversation. When is she coming? Why will no one listen to me?
I'm asking a question. When is your mother coming? When is she
It was
coming?
like she just went from like 0 to 100 like so quickly.
Yeah.
When? Then Richard is like, oh, next week.
Like, oh
That's pretty
God.
soon
Well,
for an international
yeah.
trip.
that's like literally no advance warning. You know?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Like somebody's coming next week. You have to get ready. You have to get everything ready for them.
Well, especially with this lady. Like,
yeah,
especially.
everything ready. It's like, oh my God.
That's stressful.
It is stressful. Emily just immediately excuses herself
She's
from the
Yeah,
table.
I'm like, we need to start getting ready now.
Yeah, and they're like, okay. And it's just funny because, like, Richard is just so, like, what? Oh, Rory,
Oblivious.
yeah, Rory, you're going to love her. She's brilliant, just brilliant. My mother's amazing, you know, and everyone's like, oh, okay. So he just continues being like, this is going to be such a treat. I can't wait for Rory, you to meet her. Fades to the intro song and fades out. And we are still at Emily and Richard's house. And Lorelai is walking into the basement looking for her mom. We hear Emily say, it's just like that woman, no warnings, no discussion, and out of the blue, I'm coming next week. And Lorelai is just like, wait, what are you doing? Because Emily is frantically going through boxes and storage and trying to unpack all these things. And it's just like, what is all this?
What is going on?
Emily says, I have to get out everything she has ever given to us. 35 years worth of fish lamps, dog statues, lion tables, and stupid naked angels with their butts. And Lorelai's just like, Mom, calm down. And she's like, I can't calm down. The lampshade is missing, the china is cracked, and I can't remember which table she gave to us for our 10-year anniversary. And Lorelai says, Mom, Grandma's old. She's an old woman. I highly doubt she's going to remember everything she ever bought you. Emily goes, no, she will remember, down to the last shrimp fork. And do you know why? And then Lorelai says, no, do you guys know why? Because she's standing next to this large statue of 2 dogs. It's like a ridiculous.
She was talking to the dogs.
This large statue of these dogs.
Statue.
This is just a ridiculous situation.
Yes. And Emily says, because she doesn't just give you a present, she gives you a present. She tells you where to put it, how to use it, what it costs for insurance purposes, of course. And God forbid you have a different opinion, or you don't think it works in the space, or you're just tired of waking up every morning with those horrifying animals staring at you. And she's pointing at the dog statue. And Lorelai says to the dog, it's okay. She's just upset. And Emily's like, stop talking to the dogs. So good. And Lorelai is just like, Mom, you're freaking out. I've never seen you freak out like this before. And really, we haven't ever seen her like this.
No, Emily is usually very reserved, right? Very proper.
Proper, confident.
Yeah. Just proper and confident and like has a handle on any situation.
Yes.
Right.
Emily says, yes, you have seen me like this. It was when you were 12, and it was the last time that she came to visit. So Lorelai is like, okay, and starts helping her mom unpack things and take some stuff upstairs. I think it's hilarious because everything that this lady has given them is like animal-related, weird decor.
It's weird.
Yeah, definitely weird.
Like,
well, and I think what I think is going on, she knows. The grandma knows that this stuff is ridiculous, but she's giving it to them on purpose. Like giving it to Emily on purpose to be like, this is nice.
You think so?
You thought that?
I think she's doing it on purpose, yeah. To get under her skin in a way.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I didn't think that.
Oh,
I just
that
thought
was
it
my
was
theory.
just like
my theory on
a
it.
funny aspect of that's her taste for some reason.
Maybe, or it
Like,
could just be that too. I don't know.
and she's like imposing it on them. Like,
Right. That's what I thought too. Like she's very, very, like a very strong person and controlling. And she just wants to have that control everywhere she is. She wasn't like a nice person. I didn't think she was nice at all. Like
she's not.
Even though she wants to come across that way. She wants to give them all these gifts, and she does, but she's not doing it because she's nice. Not doing it because she cares.
Yeah, she's doing
about
it to
them.
control things, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And you know what's interesting about that is that at the very beginning of the show, that's what you think about Emily.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And it's like,
isn't that interesting?
This whole episode, I was like reflecting on like, wow, like that's your first impression of her at the beginning.
Very controlling.
She just wants to,
and that
control
it
her daughter's
continues.
life.
Yeah, and that's what she wants to do. She still does it in this episode. She's trying to control her daughter's life. So it's just interesting to see it be played on Emily.
Yes.
And how she reacts to that. And it's just...
There's all these layers.
Layers. So many layers. So we flash to the car ride home, and Rory is just asking about her great-grandma, wants to know more about her. And Lorelai doesn't really know much. She says that she moved to London when Grandpa died. She didn't really travel much, so once a year, Emily and Richard would go to visit her, and that would leave Lorelai alone, which she preferred. But that's all she really knows, and the rest is just from stories. And Rory hopes that the grandmother will like her. Lorelai says she'll love you. And Rory says, I hope she and Grandma get along. And Lorelai says, she'll love you. So,
yeah.
No.
Lost cause.
Yeah. We flash to Chilton. That's where things get interesting. Mom, what you don't know at this time is last episode, Rory and Tristan kissed.
I didn't know that. But
right. So I'm just filling you in.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
why there's this drama happen, like a little
Right.
more drama
Yeah,
happening.
well, good point. She hasn't actually heard our episode yet.
Yes.
It's not out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you that. So we flash to Tilton. We're in class. Paris is monologuing about a class project that they're working on where they have to come up with their own form of government. While she's talking about all this, we see Rory and Chad Michael Murray. They're sitting next to each other, but it's a little awkward because they kissed a few days ago. And now what do you do? They're just like,
It's like, oh. They're like, do I acknowledge this person? Do I ignore this person?
Yeah.
Do I look at them?
they almost touch each other. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's good.
What do we do? Paris is she's monologuing. I don't know how else to say this. Monologuing about this government. At one point, Madeline is like, does she know that this is a make-believe government?
Yeah.
I thought she was so intense. Like, I've never seen a student be like that. Like, she's
It's
so serious and intense about this project. It's like nobody cares.
Mom.
It's like, what?
This
That's
is
funny.
extra funny
Yes.
because our mom is a teacher. She's an
Yeah.
education
Yes, I am.
Teacher, administrator.
So I can tell you,
all that
nobody cares.
How many years experience do you have?
Oh gosh, 25 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. This was intense. She was like ridiculous.
Paris is a little bit exaggerated, but there were people that were intense about things in high school like that.
Yes, and did they tell you that you were going to work on this on Saturday and Sunday?
No.
Come
That did not happen.
Come on.
Although one time I did build a catapult with some people for physics class outside of normal hours.
Well, yeah.
On the
Sometimes
weekends.
that
Sometimes
happens.
you do have to get together outside of school hours to work on a
Yes.
project. That did happen, but she's very intense about every single project that she does. She's an overachiever.
And a
Definitely
perfectionist.
over
A
the top.
perfectionist, yes. During that monologuing, she comes up with their government will have a king and a queen. And she wants Rory and Tristan. She says, how about you two?
I'm laughing already. 'Cause, that's so awkward. I'm sorry if you're already like in an awkward thing.
Yeah,
It's like, you two, be the king and queen.
Like,
Well, they immediately were like, us? No. What? Nah. No.
And Paris is like, what?
What?
Why not? And they're like, just because. And Rory's like, I just don't want to be queen. Chad Michael Murray's like, yeah, same. Well, king, I don't want to be king. Rory's like, Paris, you be queen. She's like, I'm the head of parliament. I can't be queen. Rory's like,
Oh, you could be both.
be both.
Why can't you be both?
We're making up our own government. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Be both.
True.
It's
enough.
true. It is true.
She goes, Henry VIII started a new church when the old one wouldn't allow divorce. And Paris goes, well, he also cut off his wife's head. Is he still your role model? Funny. But then Madeline offers to be queen with Tristan as king. And that's okay. And then Louise is like, I'll be the
She's just being weird.
I'll be the lady in waiting because they get all the sex and whatever. And Paris is just like, what?
I know. That's like the right reaction. Like,
it is.
huh?
What? She's like, watch a movie.
I like how that was her comeback. Watch a movie.
Still, Paris knows what you're talking about. She's just like, what the
Yeah,
heck?
she knows what you're talking about. It's just weird.
Yes. And she's like, no, I'm not watching movies. We're talking about government class, not the movies. Can I get one person to care about this as much as I do? Oh my God. So Louise is like, fine, I'll do whatever. And then Paris tells them we're going to be working all weekend on this. So we'll be ready by Monday for whatever they have to do.
I'm assuming they have to present what they've done, but then why do they also have roles?
Exactly.
To put on like a little play or
that's what-
something? Like
It
I
wasn't
don't know.
clear. That part wasn't
That's
clear.
what I was assuming also. They have to put on some kind of a play of some sort.
role
where they're
playing,
role
like-
playing each of their parts and whatever.
It had to
in
be.
some kind of scenario that the government has to come into place
Yeah.
and decide what's going on. Or I don't know, something like that.
I think that's probably what they were doing. She's like, oh my gosh. And then Paris starts handing out packets so that everyone can be ready to discuss at the next day
Yes,
at 9
I
a.m.
also thought that was like, wow. I'm like,
She made
I'm like
handouts.
already tired. I can't do this.
I'm
Now
laughing.
you give me a whole packet? Jeez.
I'm laughing
Okay.
though because I'm at the same time, I'm like, be in Paris's group. She's going to
I
do
know,
the
right?
work for you.
Wow.
Flash they're leaving class. Rory's leaving, and Paris is waiting for her. And Paris goes, "So what's up with you and Tristan? You guys were acting a little weird." And Rory's like, no weirder than usual.
Nothing's wrong. Nothing. Why would you think something's wrong?
Paris is like, "Well, I just think it's strange that you didn't want to be queen." And Rory's like, "Not every girl wants to be queen." But Paris is dubious.
She's smart. She knows something's up.
Dubious.
Dubious?
She knew something was weird.
Now, were they acting weird? Do you think they were acting weird? I didn't notice that, and I didn't know there was a kiss from before going on.
You didn't think Rory and Tristan were acting weird?
While they were sitting there?
You didn't think that being like,
No, not us.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're talking.
But
That's what they're.
They weren't
about.
otherwise acting weird. You know, when you're just like sitting next to somebody and you're like giving them weird looks or stuff like that. Like, what's
they weren't.
happening?
Okay, mom's. Okay, you know what mom was
okay,
thinking of? I'm going to bring it back to a Twilight reference, like when Bella comes in and Edward's like, "Ooh," you know, like at the table. Like,
Yeah,
they
that's
weren't doing
not, that didn't happen. So
No.
I didn't know.
Okay.
She just didn't want to be a queen. I mean, like, that's normal. Like, you don't have to want to be a queen.
Yes, mom. But in normal circumstances with these characters, I think Rory would have been like, okay, whatever.
Right. I didn't know the characters enough, I guess. Okay.
I mean, it's a good perspective.
Yeah.
They could have been acting even more weird,
Yes.
Yeah. They could have.
like that Twilight. moment.
Mom was
yeah.
like, this is, the Twilight
Like the
moment.
Twilight.
Whoa.
You know, whoa. Bella's just like she's just standing there. She's like in the room.
you see Edward's face. It's just like, ooh, like, you know, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I think if like
That's what
that
mom wanted.
kiss happened and then you go back to class, like and you show up like the next day or whatever. I don't know how many days went by, but I think it would be just like weird. And I just didn't see that between them. That's all.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
fair.
that's fair.
I think they did portray it. I saw it because I knew
Okay.
what was going on. So I was like, oh, I see them being like, oh, you know.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Okay.
But I also, as stated earlier, have realized I'm very invested in these characters now.
Yes.
I can pick up on these things.
And just a little tidbit, we find out that Paris calls that packet that she was handing out to people her manifesto.
Oh, she did call it that. Yes.
It's like that's not what that word
Manifesto.
means. I think that's not what that means.
I don't think
No.
so either. Manifesto? Isn't that like
It's more like
It's like a political focused, like personal opinion
right.
paper is like what I always thought it was. No, okay, wait. What
Yeah,
is the
it's
definition
like-
of manifesto? Because maybe it is like technically
It always
means
like has a negative
definition.
connotation.
because they were like it's very cabin in the woods, like a creepy personal journal.
Well, usually a manifesto has like opinions in it about
Oh.
like how society should be, I would think, or like it has
right,
a
I agree,
political
but it seems
theme
Oh.
to it.
that it's
that's what makes it that.
always-
Okay, the
It seems
dictionary.
like a negative connotation.
The dictionary definition
Mhm.
is a public declaration of policy and aims, especially when issued before an election by a political party or candidate.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Like, okay, we agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. But yeah, I think, Mom, you're right, though. It has a negative connotation to say that. Anyway, yeah.
I don't know. Generally speaking, it seems that way. Like,
Yeah.
whenever anybody, like, oh, and we have their manifesto, and it's like they blew up a building. I don't know. Something
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah,
Like-
why is always
Yeah.
that's who has a manifesto?
right.
That's what I
It's
guess
like
what
an
I meant by like
extremist
by like
kind
a
of-
creepy personal diary.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
yeah.
saying that. Like
Yeah.
it's like someone that like did something bad and they have this whole like journal of
Yeah.
things
Right.
that
Yeah.
they wrote.
And I just
Yeah.
knew that usually what makes it a manifesto and not just like a creepy diary is that it has political
Some
like,
political
yes.
views.
Views
yeah, okay,
in
that's
it.
fair.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, just
Yeah, so we don't want to
funny
use the word
tidbit. So, like,
manifesto.
so we
Yeah, we
changed
don't
to
wanna use
doctrine.
Doctrine.
That's
Doctrine
a little
Better.
is more neutral.
Better.
better. But then Rory realizes she forgot something in the classroom, so she goes back to go get it and runs into Chad Michael Murray, and he's holding her notebook and says, "You forgot this." And again, there's a little bit of an awkward exchange, and they're trying to leave at the same time, and they're running into each other. And Rory's just like, "Okay, I think we need to talk about this." And he says, "About what?" And she goes, "Tristan, you know what?" And he keeps denying it. And Rory's like, "Look, we have a lot of work and a lot of school years ahead of us, and I don't want things to be weird between us. Don't you think it would be good to talk about this?"
She's so mature.
It's very mature of her. Yeah,
It
I
is-
agree, Mom.
It is very mature. You got to do that sometimes. Be
Mhm.
like, "Look, this happened.
and
Let's
we need to talk about it.
Sometimes guys will deny it, though. They'll deny it ever happened. It's happened before.
Okay. I don't know what to say to that. I was like, oh,
Story for another time.
All right.
Well, he was denying. He's like, I don't know what you're talking
I don't
about.
know. What are you talking about?
And he's like, all right, fine. And then he agrees and they leave. Flash to the Independence Inn. We see Lorelai. She's getting frustrated. It looks like they have a new management system on a new Apple computer.
Mm-hmm.
This show is clearly like an Apple Mac show because Lori, what the heck? I can't.
You change it every time.
Every time. Now it's Lori. Okay. Rory got one for her 16th
Yes.
birthday, if we remember that. No PCs in this show. They would have iPhones, probably.
Probably.
No Androids.
And that's okay with us.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
It's fine.
We like iPhones.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I have a personal gripe with this because
Wait, yeah.
I had an Android for a very long time.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And when I was trying to talk to people, they like wouldn't talk to me because I had an Android and they had an iPhone. And like, there's people, and people are like that. You might be like that. I
So
don't know,
weird.
but I'm just like,
Sorry if you're like that. No, don't do that.
please don't do that.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm a good
That's
person.
ridiculous.
But I have an iPhone now, so I gave in. Anyway.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, then there's like I had an Android for a long time too, and I really liked it. And
Yeah.
then for work, they wanted everyone to be on Apple, so then I switched it. I was forced to, and now I'm like in the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
know.
having-
Now I have everything
It's hard to
Apple.
like go back
It
out
is.
of it.
It is.
So
here we are.
yeah,
Anyway, Lorelai and Michelle are arguing over who did it right and like funny, like, did you double click this blah
was
blah?
funny.
You know, and like to double click, you have to click twice. And it's like there's all these error messages popping up, and it's just really funny. But at that time, the phone rings and Lorelai answers the phone, and you just hear Emily on the other line going, I need the hat rack. And Lorelai whispers, the fish flies at night. And Emily's like, what? Lorelai's like, I don't know. Who is this? And Emily's like, you know who this is. I need the hat rack back.
The hat rack.
And Lorelai's just like, what? And Emily says, the hat rack that I gave to you, the hat rack I gave to you 5 Christmases ago. It's large, bronze, with dragons or weasels. I don't know, some sort of lizard type animal that you hang your coats on. Lorelai says, yes, I remember it now. And Emily says, thank God, I need it back. And Lorelai is like, you need a Christmas present back? Interesting. Emily says, yes, temporarily because Richard's mom gave it to us and she'll notice if it's not here. And Lorelai goes, oh, you gave me a used present? Emily says, we never used it. Lorelai says, I can't believe you gave me a secondhand present, like something you got at a junk store. You actually went, what should I get Lorelai this year? You know what? I can't be bothered. Let's give her something we don't want anymore. And Emily says, you're not funny now. Please just bring it with you when you come tonight, okay? This is so like funny to me because Emily would never, if she found out someone gave her like
Yes.
a secondhand gift,
Secondhand gift. She would die.
she would die.
die. It's like back now, all those episodes ago when Lorelai brought like leftover cake to the
Yes,
house.
I was thinking about that too.
It made me think of that,
Oh.
where it was like, you brought me a used dessert.
used dessert.
Dessert.
What? I was just trying to like bring the kid like
It's leftover cake.
Leftover
I don't know.
cake.
I thought it'd be good. Yeah. So this was just like, interesting.
yeah. How does Lorelai still have this?
That's what I was thinking. Like, she still has this from 5 years ago and is going to be able to find it in her house.
It must be in her basement or
It's like
something.
a ginormous coat rack.
It was
Hat rack.
big.
What did
It
she
was
call it? A
big.
hat rack?
I should call
Yeah.
it a hat rack, coat rack. They call it the same.
It was
multiple
really
things,
big.
but
Huge.
huge.
Like that's not out in use in
No.
her home.
No.
That's
That's
not. No.
It
where
took
is
up
that?
like half her foyer.
Yeah, like
It
Like,
was huge.
how does she still have this? This would have been gone in that rummage sale.
Yes,
God.
for sure.
You're right.
100%.
There's no way.
There's no way that she would still have that.
Well, actually, wait, no. Well, I don't know. Maybe she liked it. Maybe she actually liked it. Remember that episode where she like traded something for like a monkey lamp?
Yeah. So that was the other thing I was
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
of, where I'm laughing because, okay, to our points earlier, like the grandma, Gran, I'll call her Gran in the episode. So she like saw these animal statues and things. And so I was thinking, okay, maybe she knows they're weird and is giving to them. But your guy's like, oh, no, I think it's her taste. Maybe that's where Lorelai gets her taste from.
The weird
almost,
taste
like the
she
weird
has.
like animal stuff around
Could
the
be.
house. And I did have that thought at one point
Huh.
where I was like, oh, that's weird.
That would make
Similar to the
sense.
monkey lamp. That's weird. And like, she likes weird stuff like
Yeah.
that. So maybe she did like it
Yeah.
secretly, but didn't want to put it out because she's like, oh, my mom gave it to me, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I could see that.
Could be. We flash back to Chilton. Chad Michael Murray and Rory are walking together. He says, okay, so we're supposed to talk. And Rory says, yeah, look, about the other night. And he says, I was upset over Summer and she was upset over Dean. And he says, so it doesn't mean anything, right? So then that's it. We just chalk it up to a bad night. And Rory says, I'm sorry I cried. It had nothing to do with the kiss. And he goes, well, I kissed you and you cried. So it had something to do with it. And she says,
It was that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, Rory kind of ran away crying after that happened, but it was because
Oh my God.
kind of because a lot of other emotions were hitting her, I think, at that time, but that did happen.
She says she was confused because she hadn't cried, and she says, I didn't cry because of the kiss. It was a very nice kiss, not at all crying material. Okay, Rory, you're being a little suggestive.
That was like,
for someone that
she said that, I was like, what are you trying to do here? Are you trying to do you want this to happen? Like what?
Right. For someone that doesn't want to be with this person, I wouldn't be like, that was a great kiss though.
What? Like why would you say that?
That was good.
It was
Not
good
crying
though.
Material.
But I don't want to be with you. Okay.
Okay.
So they sit down on a bench together. Well, she just says that to him, and he says to her, so you want to try it again? Like, oh, really? It was good? You want to try it again? And Rory's like, okay, I can see you're over your heartbreak. Chad Michael Murray says, yeah, I think I'm going to swear off of girls for a while.
Like 5 minutes.
Mom.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
The next 5 minutes.
Give him 5 minutes.
And Rory laughs at that. She's like, yeah. He's like, you
Okay.
don't think I can? She's like, I think you can, but I think it'd be very hard for you to do. You need to be locked up and with the Hannibal Lecter mask on. Like, jeez. I don't know if he's that bad. I don't know. But
It's pretty extreme.
you
but okay.
need to be in solitary confinement
Yeah.
with a mask on. It's like, oh my God.
Wow.
And then she says, maybe it's not about swearing off all girls, but a certain type of girl. Rory.
Okay.
Okay.
Rory.
You're okay. Next time, pick a girl with more substance. A girl who's smart and is driven and has ambition. Is she talking about herself? No. She says, like Paris.
I thought she was talking about herself.
You think that.
I did think that. But then she's like, no. How about Paris? Why don't you go out with her? And the guy who just said he's not going to be with any girls was immediately said, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. So yeah, Mom's like 5 minutes, not even 5 seconds.
I'm going to swear off girls 2 seconds later. Oh, okay, I'll go on a date.
Yeah, I'll go out on a date.
And he's like, Paris, are you serious? And she says, yeah, why not? Paris is interesting and she likes you and she's crazy about you. Just think about it. I don't think Rory should have said that. I don't think Rory should have been like, Paris really likes you
crazy
a
about
lot
you.
and is crazy about you. That's kind of breaking a friend code. If the friend didn't ask you to do this for you, I feel like
Yeah.
she should not have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She can suggest Paris, but don't be like,
She'll be like, she's crazy about you. She thinks all these things. It's like,
No.
why are you saying that?
Don't do that.
Wrong.
Yes, Mom, that's wrong. And so, so she says, just think about it. And he's like, okay. Me and Paris. All right. Think about that. And Rory's just like, wow, we're becoming fast friends. She doesn't say that as exact words, but that's basically what she
kind
said.
of like what it
sort
of seemed like.
What? Rory, no.
I mean, she doesn't know how to navigate this situation either.
No.
Neither of them do.
No.
They don't do. They don't do. They don't know.
They don't do. What it do?
What it do.
Flash to the Gilmore house. We see Lorelai sitting on the couch, and she's like, come on, let's go. We need to get to Friday night dinner. Rory's like, what is the rush? Usually I am the one, pushing you to get out of the house to go to this. But Lorelai is pushing, and Rory is just like, you're being mean. You want to go to dinner to see Grandma uncomfortable, and that's mean. Lorelai is just trying to make excuses that, no, it's not that. It's just my grandmother, who I haven't seen in a long time, is here, and I want to be over there. Rory's like, so this has nothing to do with the fact that great-grandma is going to be mean to Grandma? And she's like, no. Rory's like, and when that happens, you're going to be sympathetic? And Lorelai's like, no, not at all. and Rory's just like, be nice, no outward revelry in someone else's pain. Lorelai says, only inward, but then grabs a camera and says,
I need it.
Yeah. So the internal reveling can continue for years to come. It's like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
And they just show a quick little scene of them driving to Friday night dinner, and you see this huge hat rack just sticking out of the back of their car. I mean, it's ginormous. So we fade to Friday night dinner. Rory and Lorelai are lugging this thing. I mean, it's like this
Ginormous
huge.
ass.
It's heavy. You can tell it's like real thick, bringing it up to the door. But they have to be secretive about it just in case Gran comes to the door.
Like hide it like in
Yeah,
behind the
like,
bushes.
so funny.
But then Lorelai is like, well, she's like 80. Her eyes must have gone by now. Like, she doesn't believe that her grandmother is going to like be able to see all these things. They knock on the door and Emily immediately answers it like, do you have it? Like, yeah, we got it. She's like frantic. They go out there. They're all like lugging it inside. It's so funny. Struggling to place it in the foyer. And Emily's like, yeah, I think it was there. Maybe a little to the left. Oh, I should have put tape down.
Yeah, that was extreme.
Oh my God. And Lorelai's like, Mom, you don't think the coat rack could have moved like 1/4 of an inch in 5 years? And Emily's like, oh yeah, that's good. You're right. We'll go with that.
Yeah,
We'll go with that.
yeah.
If she asks, she's like, put your coats on it. Make it look,
Make it look used.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're like, how did she not see that it wasn't here? And Emily's like, I had her come in the back way and she napped for a bit. So we're good. Like she hasn't seen this area
So
yet.
extreme.
It was so funny. And they're like, okay, Gran's sitting in the living room. Like, go say hi to her. So they walk over and Emily goes, Mom, look who's here. And Gran goes, who? And Emily says, well, look. And Gran says, if I wanted to look, I would have looked. Therefore, you must draw your own conclusions.
Oh, she wouldn't even look up. Like, whoa.
Immediately, we were like, okay, this is how this lady is. Wow. At that time, Richard goes over to Gran and gives her a drink. She tells him thank you. And Richard says, you're welcome, Trix.
That was so funny.
Trix with an X.
Trix. Trix is for kids. That's all I thought about. Was
a
the cereal.
Yeah. Trix.
Trix?
And they're all like, Trix? And Lorelai's like, yeah, that's Dad's pet name for Gran.
It's weird.
It's kind of
so
weird.
weird.
I've always thought that was weird. It's like, yes, Trix.
It's so weird. I don't know. I don't know what to think about
I don't
that.
know. I don't know if we ever
weird.
get a backstory on that. I don't think
I
we
don't
do.
know.
It's a little strange, but yes, Trix. So they all are saying hi to Gran. I mean, she finally did look up at that point and tells them to come in so she can get a good look at both of them. She's remarking on how tall they are and then says, how's your health? Lorelai and Rory go, good. We're very healthy. And she says, oh, good. That means the majority of your blood is Gilmore blood. Gilmores don't get
That was
sick.
great.
Yeah.
Yes. She's like, right, Richard? And he's like, we wouldn't dare, Trix. We wouldn't dare. It's like,
What is going on right now?
and then Gran goes to Lorelai, your mother is always sick.
What?
And Emily's like, I'm hardly always sick. And she goes, you're sick right now. And everyone's like, oh, you're sick? And Emily goes, I have a headache. And Gran's like, Gilmores don't have headaches. Our heads are perfect.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
So Emily
Wow.
says, well, I'm going to go grab the hors d'oeuvres. Lorelai and Rory sit down. Gran is complimenting Rory, says that Richard always talks about her, speaks very highly of her. At that time, Emily brings in cheese and crackers. And Gran is like, is this cheese?
Is it homemade?
Oh no, Mom, has that actually happened to you?
Oh, you know it has.
Oh. Oof. Mom might
I had
relate
some
a
stories.
little too hard to this episode. Might relate.
It was
a little.
very relatable. Yeah, it was. I'll talk about it a little bit later.
Okay.
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 Gran is like, am I supposed to eat that cheese? And Emily's like, only if you like, Mom, only if you like. And then Richard goes, Emily, go get Trix her spiced nuts that she likes. And so Emily says, okay, I'll go get some. So Gran says to Lorelai, so Lorelai, since I've seen you last, you've grown up, gotten pregnant out of wedlock, raised a child, and still haven't bothered to get married. Have I left anything out? Well,
Well.
Lorelai says, well, sometime between growing up and getting pregnant, I got my ears pierced.
It was a great answer.
That was good. Gran goes, I've always hated scandal, but I've always appreciated self-sufficiency. Tell me, how do you support this child? Lorelai tells her she runs an inn, and Gran confirms that it's hard work and admires people that enjoy hard work. Then Emily comes in with Trix's spiced nuts, and Gran just says, I suppose I could put these nuts in my hand. Just holds out her hands, like staring.
I suppose you could.
And I'm laughing because I'm like, well, how else? I feel like that
How
is
do you
how
eat
you would
nuts?
eat them.
Mixed nuts with
Yeah.
you can eat them with your hands.
Yeah.
You can. Yes.
But she's just trying to be difficult, right? And Emily's like, okay, I'll go get plates. Lorelai and Gran continue talking, and they're asking about the last time they saw each other. And Gran says, it was when you were still in your teens, your hair flying wild everywhere. I see you've taken care of that. And Lorelai says, yes, I joined a support group, bought a hairbrush, just taking it one day at a time. One day at a time. Gran is like, is that a joke? Very good, very good. Then Emily comes in with dishes and napkins. I have dishes and napkins. And then immediately Gran is like, good for you. Richard, I would like to be escorted into the dining room for dinner now. And Richard's just like, your wish is my command, and gets up to go help her to the dining room. And Emily's like, well, I don't know if dinner is ready yet. And Gran is like, well, maybe your help should know that when one is told dinner is at 7, people expect dinner to be at 7. Emily goes, well, it's only 5 after, Mom. And that is no good for Gran. She says to Richard, in the event that I'm kidnapped and the ransom is expected at a certain time, I would prefer that Emily not be in charge of the drop-off. And Richard's just like, oh. Bob, you're hilarious. Oh, my God. They're all just walking into the dining room now, and Emily's just left there like, oh my God.
Exhausting.
Yes. It's very upsetting. Flash to, we're at dinner, and Rory says, oh, Grandma, this dinner is delicious. And Gran goes, very good, young lady. We all believed you. God. So brutal, just brutal.
Yeah.
Then Gran wants to know more about Rory's education, and they're all saying, oh, she's very bright, she's very smart. Rory is going to Harvard. And Gran is like, what?
How can you
Harvard?
say that, Richard? Richard, you went to Yale. You're a Yale man. He's a Yale man.
And Lorelai says, well, we want Rory to be whatever kind of man she wants to be.
I love Lorelai's responses to her. They're just great.
Gran's like, that's enough with the jokes. No more jokes for the evening. But then Gran continues to ask about Lorelai's money situation. They explain that Richard and Emily have given Lorelai a loan for Rory's schooling. But then immediately Gran says, okay, I'm done. I'm going to bed. And tomorrow I'll be planning the menu. Rory, you have to know what real food tastes like from someone who lives in Europe. Rory can't go, but Lorelai has to be there. So
Doesn't she
tell her
live
all
in
about
London?
It. Yeah.
They don't have good food there, as far as we know.
Okay. Sorry,
I mean,
Londoners. If we have
sorry,
any
Londoners. But I mean, you guys know. I mean,
No, yeah.
London is not known for its cuisine.
Okay.
Fish and chips is all we know.
They have good fish and chips.
Yeah.
No, I think I agree with you. It's like London is not known for its cuisine. Like they probably
Right.
have good food there, but that's not what it's like known for.
But I think she's traveled around Europe.
Yeah.
I think she was implying. Yeah, I think she was implying like European food in general.
So Gran is leaving and Emily's like, won't you have dessert? And then Gran says, I once traveled to a small village in Cambodia. I did not eat dessert there either.
Wow.
Oof. She is
That
just
is really
brutal.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, that was
Why does she need to be like this?
She doesn't like
Uncalled
Emily.
for.
I don't, it is.
Yeah, it's like
very
it's
uncalled
over the
for.
top.
Yeah. Why
Wow.
Emily was so stressed. You now,
Now
you
we
now
know why.
know.
know.
Yes.
Now we know.
Flash to Chilton. The group is getting together. It's the weekend to work on their project. Everyone is arriving, and Rory brought coffee. Lots of coffee for everyone. I almost thought coffee was not going to show up in this episode, but it's right here.
Coffee watch.
So Rory brought coffee and donuts in the shape of clowns.
This was my spooky moment of the episode.
Right.
What the heck?
Who makes donuts in the shape of clowns?
I don't
That
know.
is just so rare. It's such a rare find. Where did she find that?
Yeah, where did
You're
she
like,
get
where
these?
did she get that?
Like,
And
why?
why?
Why is that what she chose?
right.
Oh, it's our Saturday morning study session.
and these
I'm
and
16,
these donuts were
and I'm
just
going to
like
choose
just available. in
clown
shapes.
donuts to bring to people. Like, what?
I'm like, clowns have been brought up again. This is the third time. Clowns.
You can kind of see one of them too.
Yeah, they show
It's
one.
like not.
Kind of scary
It's just.
looking.
It's,
Oh, was
yeah,
it scary looking? I
kind
don't
of. Yeah,
remember
like you kind of see it from
seeing
the side.
donut.
I'm
You know,
like,
there's like
those
red,
don't.
the red like
There were icing colors bleeding into each other.
yeah, like from the
Oh,
red
wow.
nose, you know. So it's like, oh god,
Ugh.
disturbing.
The clowns were disturbing. I
They were
agree. Yeah, it
disturbing.
was just not.
This is a spooky moment.
It's the spooky moment.
Clown donuts.
The most bizarre thing.
Oh god.
It's so weird.
So that's happening, and Rory is discussing the project with Paris. Chad Michael Murray arrives and asks to talk to Paris privately. They leave the classroom, and Madeline and Louise are like, ooh, what could that be? She's trying to be like, oh, Beth, should we go find out? Should we spy? Should we this? And Rory's like, we could just wait and see if she wants us to know.
We could just wait and then just ask her what that was about
they
in like
said.
2 minutes.
Yeah. And of course, there's like weird, profound comebacks from Louise.
Yeah, she quotes
Oh,
some
every
like
time-
philosopher or
yeah,
something,
that's
doesn't
true.
she?
Every time they say something, she quotes some author that no
But-
one knows.
Yeah, but then Louise says Dawson, and I was like, is she quoting Dawson's Creek? I think that's what she was doing.
She's quoting Dawson's
She's quoting
Creek.
Dawson's Creek. Yes. It's just like those who wait for answers end up waiting by the phone or something. Like, I don't know. It was something, whatever. I was like, okay.
I've never seen Dawson's Creek.
I've
Have you ever
watched
watched
like
it?
the first 2 episodes, and it was hard for me to get into.
Okay.
Well,
I've
it's
never
not like
watched
weird
it.
where it's like, it's just like, I was like, what?
Yeah,
I don't know. It was
like
hard
not-
for me to get into.
not
I
right now.
wanted to watch it because it's like one of those classic, like Dawson's Creek,
Yeah.
right? But maybe one day. So Paris and Chad Michael Murray both walk back in, and Paris walks over to the girls, and he goes over to like a group of guys that are part of the group. She tells them that he asked her out. And they're like, oh my gosh, you want all the details. And we find out that it's for tonight. And Louise is like, I don't know. And Paris is like, what? You whom? Like, what's going on? And she's like, well, it's less than 24 hours notice. They say that usually means someone else canceled. And Rory's trying to be supportive, like, well, I don't know, maybe he just asked her out right now. Like, that doesn't mean anything. And like, okay, well, we need to give you a makeover because you're not the usual type for him. Like, you need help. And Madeline's like, you can borrow my water bra, and like explains all this stuff. And Paris is like,
I was like,
yeah, thanks, I'll
I'll
pass.
pass on that. I don't think so.
I'm good. But then Paris calls everyone to get to work. But meanwhile, Chad Michael Murray is like right there. I'm sure he heard that whole conversation.
That's what I was
like,
Yeah,
thinking the
that
whole
was
time
so
too.
weird.
Like, why are they talking about He's right
talking
there.
about somebody. Yeah, he was right there. He could hear everything they were
It's like,
saying.
oh
It was
yeah,
so
Tristan
weird.
just asked me out. He's 2 feet away. Like, he just asked
asked
me
me
out. They're
out.
all talking about like, what? He's right. He's part of your group project. He's like sitting
Right
in a
there.
circle with you. Like, what is going on?
I don't care if he's turned around. He could hear what you guys were saying. Oh my God. We fade to the Gilmore house. Rory is studying at the couch, and Lorelai got home. She's trying to frantically get ready. She got home from work, but she's going to be late for dinner. So Lorelai just recaps her day super fast. What happened with her? Rory's telling her that she got Chad Michael Murray to go on a date with Paris, and it's just like really, really fast. And Lorelai is like, okay, I gotta go. There's money on the table, and I left out a cake for you, and call me if you need me. I'll be home early. Rory tells Lorelai to be good. Pay 2, Rory's eating the cake.
Great dinner, but also you could have like sliced it or something.
I'm going to nitpick this. The way she ate the cake, like, so it's in a square tin. The part that's eaten already is like facing away from her. And she like takes a fork and like takes a piece out from away from her to like eat it. Did you notice that? And it was like, that was the most
No,
uncomfortable
I did
way.
not.
I did not notice that.
Like,
No,
why
I
is the
didn't.
part
I
that's
just-
eaten faced towards you? That should be faced towards you. So you go and go
I
like
thought
this.
it was.
No,
really
she
thought-
like
Oh,
put it,
I see what you're
she
saying.
put it the other way and like is like,
Yeah.
it was.
'Cause she likes to
awkward.
do things the hard way.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Made me upset, but anyway. She's studying, she's eating the cake. We hear a knock at the door. Who's here? Paris. Rory opens the door, and Paris is like, I don't know what to wear. And Rory says, ever? Wow, Rory. That's rude. And Paris is like, no, my date tonight with Tristan. And she has hangers full of clothes she brought with her. Paris is like, I'm not trendy. I don't go shopping. I just study and I just study some more. So Rory like invites her in, and Paris continues. She's like, I only have one lipstick at home. And when you put it on, it looks like you're not wearing anything, which is what I liked about it in the first place. But to date, you need a fabulous top and lipstick that you can actually see. And I don't know what I'm doing. Paris says to Rory, you said once that if I ever needed to talk to you, I could come to you. So here I am. And Rory's like, okay.
Okay.
Here we go. But she does ask, why did you not go to Madeline and Louise for this? Paris says, yeah, well, they can help me find something to wear, but they're not really good with the whole being supportive about nerves and all of that. So I came here. So Rory says, all right, let's see what you got, and starts going through Paris's clothes. And Rory's like, is this everything? And Paris is like, yeah, I brought everything in case there was some hidden potential in something I just didn't see. And Rory says, well, you'd be one well-dressed widow. God.
Ouch.
That's rough. And she goes, this is your entire wardrobe? You left nothing at home? Paris says, this is everything except my Chilton uniform and my bat mitzvah dress that has menorahs on the collar. So Rory says, okay, let's go. We're going to go find you some clothes here. And they go to her mom's closet.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just like, what?
You're like, why didn't they
is
go to Rory's
happening?
closet
Yes.
first?
Yeah, Paris is like, I can't wear your mom's clothes. Rory's like, I do it all the time. It's like, yeah, well, it's your
Okay,
mom.
that's different.
You can share clothes with your mom.
That's
if you
different.
Yeah.
That's weird to like give out your mom's clothes
Yes,
to your
what-
like frenemy.
Why wouldn't you give out your own
To
clothes?
your friend.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, she could have like checked her own closet
Yes.
first.
Rory has cute stuff.
She does.
So
Like, I
that
didn't
was
think it was that
strange.
weird to like at least consult the mom's closet because I know that Rory does it. Like, I didn't necessarily think that was weird. I just was like, they skipped a step. They should have looked at her stuff first.
Yes. That's the normal
Yeah,
teen thing
that
to
was
do,
not
I
normal
think.
at all. Like I cannot even imagine. You guys come
Okay,
home
well-
with your friend and you go to my closet. What?
That would be weird.
That would be weird.
for multiple.
That would be. I think with these characters, though, they've established Rory wears her mom's clothes like all the time.
Yes, no, I get that.
So-
but at the same time, it's just very, very weird. Okay.
No, it is. I'm not disagreeing. It's weird.
I know what you're saying, Alexandria, and I agree with that, but it's like, it's not weird for Rory to go pick out something
Right.
from her mom's closet. It's weird to be like, Paris, here's my mom's clothes. That is
Okay,
strange.
okay.
I think
That's
that is
just-
strange.
You're right.
But so like, okay, so looking at stuff and Rory goes, how about this? It's this like silky satin pink button-up blouse. I mean, it's so ugly. It is so ugly.
It kind of is. I mean, it's
The
yeah.
first thing she
The
pulls
first
out.
thing, like, no.
No. And,
No.
and Paris is like, oh, well, my mother says the color pink makes my head look small. Okay. But good. Yeah, don't wear that anyway. So no. Paris is just talking. She's like, this is insane. Why the heck would Tristan ask me out? And Rory's just trying to hype her up. Why wouldn't he? And Paris is like, I've waited for years for this to happen. And now that it has, I don't know, it feels weird. I don't have a lot of experience in the dating department. If you can't put it on a transcript, what's the point? Right? Okay.
Yikes.
And Rory tries to relate, like, yeah, well, before Dean, I never had a boyfriend and I didn't know what to expect, but he was so nice. He made me feel completely nauseous. I couldn't even talk around him. Paris says, well, I saw you guys at the dance. You didn't look like you had trouble talking then. And she says, yeah, well, that's after we've been together for a while and spending time together just got easier. And Paris asks if she misses him, and Rory really does. And then Rory puts together another outfit that is interesting.
I didn't know what to think about this outfit.
Mom immediately was like, oh.
that was my reaction.
She was like, no,
Yeah, if you want to look like a 40-year-old.
Yeah, I wrote in my notes, what do we think about this outfit? Because I'm like, I think it looked too old for her.
It
I did
did.
think
Yes.
that.
It did.
That it was kind of like something that I'm like, okay, I would maybe, if I was in high school, I would maybe wear that to like church or something.
Yeah, it was a nice
Like,
outfit
kinda what-
if
like, it
you
was-
were going to work.
Yeah,
or
like going to
something,
work or like
interview.
going to something that you wanted to look more like kind of
Professional.
professional-ish.
Like her skirt, the skirt
The
she
skirt
picked
was-
out was nice. Like
Yeah,
it
the
was a
skirt
black
was
mini
nice.
skirt, like that did
Was-
look good.
yeah.
That was fine.
But the
It's just the top.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's what you're wearing to work. That's what you're
Yeah.
in the office or something. Like
Exactly.
not like a
Because it's her
date.
mom's
date.
closet.
It's her mom's closet.
Right, because it's her mom's closet.
where she works as a manager at the inn.
Yeah, right.
So-
that's the outfit
and
she
that's
picked
what
out.
she
as
looked
like-
like.
That's what
she
she
looked
looked
the
like.
manager outfit. Like,
Yes. And Paris is like, okay, yeah, sure. You know, I don't know. I laugh because like Paris, they're trying to make it come across, she's just unsure about everything. But I'm almost like, she doesn't like it either.
She didn't. She didn't.
No,
like
I don't
it.
think she liked
But
it.
Rory tried to tell her that she looked really good.
Yeah.
So
Paris goes to try it on, and at that time, Paris takes off her jacket, but then Rory finds note cards in Paris's jacket and is like, what are these? Paris is like, oh yeah, those are just some notes for tonight, just some reference points, really, you know, subjects to bring up if the conversation lags a little. Rory's like, okay, well, can I suggest that you leave out the one about the Spanish Inquisition, please? Paris is like,
Spanish Inquisition. So what do you think about the people being tortured? Talk about on our date.
Paris is like, not really romantic. And Rory's like, no, not really. But then Paris says she's dressed. Paris comes out and thinks she looks bad because she's in a weird patterned blouse.
Yeah.
But Rory convinces her that she looks great. Paris says, okay, I gotta go, and says, you're gonna hold this evening over my head for the rest of my life, aren't you? And Rory says, probably. Yeah, but then
Yeah.
Paris leaves. Flash to the Saturday night dinner that's happening. And Gran is asking Lorelai about what she thought of the rabbit. They had rabbit.
For
dinner.
It was probably good.
We have eaten rabbit before.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
We have.
But Gran brought it all the way from London,
Hmm.
which is kind of crazy. Richard is quick to point out she used dry ice.
Yeah, because everyone was thinking what I was thinking, which is like, wait, what?
Yeah. Like, oh.
You brought meat on a flight
From London.
From London.
Lorelai's like, wow, yeah, that's inventive. Whoa, okay. And so they finish up dinner and they're going to retire to the living room with some brandy. Gran wants Lorelai to walk with her. She has something to discuss with her. And she's been thinking about the fact that Lorelai borrowed money from her parents for Rory's school. She starts quoting Shakespeare to her. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. Do you consider Shakespeare a wise man? I was like, oh, yeah, I guess so. And Emily and Richard are like, we don't mind loaning her the money. Like, Rory is a top priority in this house. Like, it's okay. And Gran's not concerned about whether they mind or not, but that loaning money is a dirty business. Distasteful, and I don't care for it. And Emily's like, okay. And Gran then says, as you know, I came in town to check up on some family investments. She has some things to put in order, and one of them is setting up a trust fund for Rory. Normally, it would have been set up so that Rory would have access when she turns 25. However, considering the situation, she could arrange for her to get it now. And they're all like, now?
Wow.
Whoa. But Gran says that, she can use this money to pay for Chilton. And Lorelai just says, wow, I don't know what to say. That's so generous. And Richard is like, my mother's a very special person, isn't she?
Yeah,
Richard,
what's wrong with
you're
them?
being weird. You're being a little weird. And Gran goes, you're talking about me like I'm dead. And Richard goes, oh, you're never going to die. You're too stubborn. Okay?
I think that part where she's like, you're talking about me like I'm dead is almost them like making it connect it to like before when he was talking about her like she was dead. Yes.
Oh, you're totally right.
That's why I think they did that.
Yes, you're right. That makes a lot of sense. At that time, Gran's like, okay, I'm going to bed. But she wants to have tea with Lorelai and Emily tomorrow before she leaves to discuss this more. And then Richard goes to walk her upstairs. Lorelai is just like, wow, this is crazy. But I'm going to head out. But Emily stops her and says, you're not honestly considering accepting that money, are you? Emily tells her that's not wise. Rory is young. She's not going to know the first thing about managing that money. You don't know the first thing about managing it either. And basically, she's trying to convince Lorelai that if Rory takes that money, she won't need Lorelai anymore for anything, for school, a car. She'll move out. She'll go backpacking across Europe without her. Trying to say things like she only wants to go with you now because she needs you.
Right. She won't need you anymore.
Yeah.
We all know that's not the case.
Terrible.
And
to
I
say.
immediately was like, oh, she's just projecting her own fears. Okay.
Did you immediately think that?
I did. I immediately thought that. I knew it
Immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah, as soon as she started saying that stuff, I'm like, oh, she's worried because if they have money, then they won't have to come to these dinners.
Yep.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yes. Pretty obvious. Lorelai says, you're crazy. I'm leaving. And Emily says, it's terrible not to be needed. You'll see. So
Yeah.
back at the Gilmore house, Lorelai gets home and she finds that Rory is asleep and tucks her in. Fade 2 stars hollow the next day. The town troubadour is playing.
I enjoyed that. I was like,
oh,
the
is
troubadour.
that the town troubadour?
Yeah, Mom was like, is that the town troubadour? He's been
There
spotted.
he is.
Yep.
There he was. He's walking around the town, troubadouring. I don't know. But it's Lorelai and Suki, and Lorelai's just telling Suki about how they got the offer for the money. Suki is very excited for Lorelai. We found out that Lorelai has not told Rory yet about it. And Suki's like, why haven't you told her? Lorelai has just let her mom get to her about how if Rory gets this money, she's not going to need her anymore. And Suki is like, that is crazy and you know it. Your mom is just trying to mess with your mind. She doesn't want to lose control of you. She wants you permanently obligated to her. But Lorelai cannot shake the what if. What if the money does change the relationship she has with Rory? Because Lorelai just thinks, anything is possible. She knows we have this good relationship, but who knows? And so Suki says, don't let your mom get to you. Call Rory right now and tell her about the money. And you'll see, nothing is going to be different. And Lorelai says, I don't want her to go to Europe without me. And Suki's like, she won't do that. But then Lorelai realizes she needs to go get ready for tea with Gran and her mother. Flash to Emily and Richards. Emily and Richard are fighting. Emily's telling Richard that he has to get his mom to take the offer back, but Richard is refusing to do it. Emily says, I have put up with a lot from this woman over the years, but this has gone too far. But Richard is like, if I do what you're asking, I'll be insulting my mother and I will not do that. And Emily says, I don't care if she demeans me and looks down on me. I don't care if she thinks I've tarnished the Gilmore name. I don't care if she thinks I'm the whore of Babylon. I've long ago given up any hope of getting into her psychotic good graces, but that woman is horrible and selfish and she cannot get away with this. I won't let her. But what? we find out what Emily is really upset about is Lorelai not coming back. She knows that if she gets this money, she won't come back to the house. She won't come to Friday night dinners. She'll lose this relationship that she's been starting to build.
Do you think that's true?
Do I think that's true? Yes.
You do think that's true?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was questioning it a little bit too. I'm like, they've improved their relationship a lot at this point, and I think that they would see each other more than they did before this started.
Yes, but she's not going to go to Friday night dinner.
Like every week, yeah, no.
No, she won't do that. It'll be few and far between. It is, but they have a strained relationship, so
Like, let's fix it. I think I like to fix things.
well, clearly, again, seen here, Emily does want to have a relationship with Lorelai. She just struggles. But then at that time, Gran comes over, says she's ordered a car. Women shouldn't drive.
Yes, that was interesting.
Yeah.
I did not expect her to say that. Because she's so
Yeah,
she's
neither,
so in
like-
control of everything and, projects as being a very powerful person. And the fact that she says women shouldn't drive, I was like, what?
Yeah, you're right. I guess that seems a little strange.
I was like, oh, that must be some just antiquated, like, like a traditional thing.
Well,
That
yeah.
she's just like, she likes tradition, I guess. But she
But
did
I
say
also
she
feel like
likes-
she's the person who would not follow
Yeah.
traditional things.
Right. You're right.
For sure.
So that was a little bit,
Confusing.
Yes.
a bit weird.
And Emily doesn't come fast enough, and you hear Gran say, I shall die soon, Oh my God.
Oh my God.
God. We flash to Chilton. It is Sunday now, I
Now
guess.
it is Sunday. Day
Yes,
2
it's
of
their
the weekend
Sunday
work session.
meeting.
And Rory is waiting outside of the classroom, and Paris arrives, and she's all happy and chipper. And Rory wants to know how the date went, and Paris said it went. And Rory says, so it went well? And Paris says, well, he picked me up. We went to dinner and a movie. I didn't use my note cards once, and he kissed me goodnight. And it was a great kiss.
Sounds like it
Nice.
went really
Wow.
great.
Sounds
Yeah.
great. And Rory is really happy for her. And Paris says, yeah, it's so weird. I can't stop smiling. She's never done that before.
I had this moment of like, oh my gosh, this
Oh
is
my
great.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Paris, you wanted this whole time.
Then Chad Michael Murray arrives and says hi to them both, or just to Rory. I don't know. It felt a little weird, but he's just like, hey. Walks into the classroom, and Paris is just smiling, and Rory's like, what are you looking at me? I didn't kiss you. Like, go talk to him. Paris goes into the classroom to go talk to Chad Michael Murray and says, I just wanted to tell you again that I had so much fun last night. And he goes, yeah. After 5 messages on my answering machine, I kind of got that impression.
Wow.
Oof. That's a little
Bad news,
embarrassing.
Paris.
That's a little rough. Okay, and then
Overzealous. You
Yeah.
can't be overzealous.
you can't be like, I like you. Don't do
Yes.
Okay, settle down.
that. Settle down. Paris is like, oh, too much. Sorry. And he's like, nah, forget it. It was cute. Paris says, well, maybe, we could do it again sometime. A different movie, of course, but the same basic plan. And he says, absolutely. And she goes, great, because it really was fun. He says, yeah, it was fun, and we should do it again. But I mean, as friends. Ooh.
My heart sank.
Stinger.
This is the part where you're like, oh,
Yeah,
the roller
yes.
coaster. You're like,
This
oh,
whole scene. Yes, this is the part. This whole scene of everything that goes down here. I was just like, oh, ups and downs, and what's going
You're
on?
like,
Okay.
I'm so happy for you. They're like, oh my God, just as friends.
Just as friends. Also, they're having this conversation in the middle of the public place.
yes, in front of these random guys.
Yeah, who are these two guys that don't
And why are
speak
they
the whole
there on
time?
Sunday?
What?
Why are they in the classroom on Sunday?
Because at the beginning, Paris was like, we're going to work all weekend on this project.
And we reserve
no,
the
other
classroom.
guys.
They're part of
They're
their
part
group.
of the group.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
But they just don't speak the
They
whole
don't
time. That's
say
why
a
I was
single
like,
word.
I never realized that.
They're just there. Every time they show them, they're just like, what?
yeah, they're just
Just
like in the group and they don't
there.
say anything. Like,
Yeah, I was like, who are they? Why are they there?
And I just think it's
you're
funny.
like, why are these two guys there on this one?
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
They're part of their group. I mean, I'm assuming they're
Well,
part of their
yeah.
group. It's
Well,
just their
no,
group.
but in the beginning, were they sitting around when they were in that circle?
Yeah,
when,
they were
when
there.
talking
Yes.
about king and queen.
They
They were
were.
there.
Yeah.
in
They
the
were.
circle.
They
Yes,
were,
they
and
were
they were
there.
there on Saturday too.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
they're
just
the
that
they're the
totally-
two guys. That
Yeah.
Chad Michael Murray / Tristan goes
Yeah.
and talks to
Well,
them.
right. No, he's talking to them, but I
On
just never
Saturday,
knew they were in
but
the
that's-
group. I did not know
They
that
are.
at all.
Yes.
Yeah,
Missed
Yeah.
that.
They just never say anything, the lips.
No. But you do see their faces every time, and they're like, what?
They're just there. They're just taking a hand out. They're just like sitting down. They're just not talking.
Like, they see all of the stuff going down. And
Yeah,
like,
it's like, whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So he drops the bomb. He just wants to be friends. And Paris is like, oh, yeah, as friends. And he's like, yeah, you noticed it too, right? Like, we're more friends material than dating material. Paris is like, yeah, I did notice. I have excellent deductive skills. He says, but hey, I'm glad we did it. When Rory first suggested us going out, and immediately you see her face of like, he's like, I thought the idea was crazy. That's so mean. Okay, but
So
she
mean.
made some good points.
That's so mean.
But he is a mean person.
He is kind of a mean person. Yeah, he's not like a good
Yes.
person. So Paris hears this and she's pissed and is like, oh, yeah. Okay, so we're done here, right? And then Rory's in the classroom at this point. She marches over to Rory, just starts shouting. So Chad Michael Murray and those other two guys that are there
All of them can hear this.
are watching this go down and is like, oh, so this was your idea? I get all your cast-offs now? I'm just that pathetic? Gee, I don't want them. Maybe I can con the suckers into taking out Paris, the loser. Throw the dog a bone. I'm not your charity case. She is shouting this. Like, she is irate shouting this at Rory. I would be scared if I was Rory, actually. Like, and that's I would have been like scared to be like, oh my God. And Rory's just like, it wasn't like that at all. I swear, I just thought you guys would make a good couple. And Paris says, oh yeah, we did make a good couple for one night, but obviously we're more suited to just being friends, or at least that's what was conveyed to me so humiliatingly just 5 seconds ago.
They're all listening to this.
Yes, everyone can hear it.
He's right
Including
there.
him.
Including him. He just
like
had the
standing
conversation.
right there.
It's like
It's
so,
so weird.
embarrassing. I'm sorry. Just like
All
having
of
that
it.
just all of it, but just like
Yes.
having that conversation when he's right there. I'm just like, this whole scene is like, I can't handle it.
Like, don't look.
Fast forward.
It's painful.
Bane. Rory's like, oh my gosh, Paris, I'm so sorry. And Paris just shouts, I hate you. Madeline and Louise just like see that little bit at the end and see Paris storm off. And so they go to follow her to see what's wrong. Rory goes over to Chad Michael Murray. It's just like, you told her? Why would you do that? What is wrong with you? And he's like, I didn't know it was a secret. Oh, shut up. I hate you.
See, this is why I don't like you,
Yeah, you suck.
Tristan.
He goes, look, relax. We tried it. It didn't work out. It's not a big deal. And Rory goes, it is a huge deal to Paris. And she goes, one date is not trying. You said you'd try. Well, no, maybe. I think that is trying one date.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Rory, no,
Nah.
you're in the wrong there. But that one line.
Go on multiple dates with this person. I
like-
command you.
Yeah, it's like, what? No. Okay.
At least 10.
But also she's like probably flustered.
Of course.
She just got yelled at, you know, and so
Uh-huh.
it's like, oh my God, and she's embarrassed and everyone's embarrassed. He says, look, I'm sorry Paris is upset, but is it better that I keep dating her even though I like somebody else?
Yeah.
And Rory's like, oh,
I didn't
What?
realize.
I
You
didn't
like someone
realize
else?
you're still not over summer, huh?
What?
Rory, you're not
Rory's like,
stupid. You're not stupid, Rory. And he's like, yeah, you're not stupid, Rory. Yeah, I'm still not over summer.
I have to say, Chad Michael Murray with the acting, so good
He is
in
good.
this scene.
He's a good actor.
Just his facial expression is just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm not over
The
summer,
summer yet.
you know? And he walks away and it's just like the wheels are turning in Rory's
And
head.
yes,
The
she was
wheels are
like,
turning.
oh, he's talking about me? What? What? He's never given any indication prior to this that he had feelings for me. What? Sorry, I just hate Rory sometimes. Like,
Yeah, she's like totally
you
oblivious.
just kissed like a week
It's
ago, so like
Also giving me this whole series of events gave me a little bit, yeah, that's true, a little bit of like Emma vibes,
Jane Austen.
Jane Austen Emma. Yeah, because she
Oh.
sets up a guy
Oh yeah,
who's like not a good person with like her friend who really likes that guy, and the whole time he likes her and she's like oblivious to it, and
Yeah.
it just kind of was like, oh, that's
They might
reminded
be.
me of Jane Austen. It's like an
Yeah.
parallels in that story.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Also, just a funny aside with this, I was watching this scene, you know, all these like ups and downs, like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah.
and I was kind of like, audibly making reaction noises as I was watching this scene. Actually, I was watching on my phone. My husband was in the room and he's like, "What are you watching? Like, what's going on?" And then I started trying to and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to explain this, but there's like a lot of like high school trauma happening right now. And I was like, oh yeah, also Chad Michael Murray's in this or whatever. And he was like, who's that?
What?
He didn't know who that was.
He doesn't know Chad Michael Murray?
No, he didn't know who Chad Michael Murray was. I was like, how do you not know who Chad Michael Murray is? And I'm like, you probably know his face. So I'll show you. I pulled up a picture. He's like, I don't know who that is. He didn't know who that was.
That's great.
And I was kind of like making fun of him a little bit. I'm like, how do you not know?
I'm going to bring this up to
who
him
this
the next
is.
time I see him.
You have to bring this up. And he's like, well, who is it? You know, and I'm like,
it's
okay.
Chad Michael Murray.
He's only like, he's been in like a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like he's a big name actor. And then I was like, he kind of was typecast as like the heartthrob character in a lot of like, you know, 90s movies. And he's like, okay. And I guess it's something like every girl in the 90s knows who Chad Michael Murray is. And he's like, well, that explains why I don't know who it is. I'm not a girl. And I was like, okay, fine, fair. That's fair. I'm like, you really don't know. Like, he's a big name actor. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
No,
but I was kind of laughing
90s.
about it. Like, how do you not know who that is?
Oh my God.
I don't think I really knew who he was either. I mean, I only know who he is because we were recently watching Sullivan's Crossing.
Yeah, because he was in Sullivan's Crossing.
Yes.
Well,
Wait, did you get me on that? Mom got me on Sullivan's Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Sullivan's Crossing, we binge watched it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know
good.
him from that.
It was cute. And he was like a nice person in that way.
In Sullivan's Crossing? Yeah. He plays a good person in that.
Yeah.
An annoyingly good person, though, where he's like, no.
Yeah.
He's like, go live your dream.
Go.
Being a doctor. I can't stay.
I'm getting in the way of your dream. I can't be with you.
A million times.
A million times.
Lord.
After she was like, no, it's fine. Like, I'm fine. I'm happy.
fine.
I feel good.
I want this.
Like, this is good. Please. It's all good. He's like, no, you don't know what you want. You don't know. And she's like, and everyone, he asked everyone. He asked everyone, and they're like, well, I think she's fine.
It's so good.
Like,
he goes and keeps asking all these other people, like, what do you think about this situation? They're like, I mean, she seems fine. Like,
she seems happy.
what has she said she wants? Well, she said she wants this. Okay.
Until one person was like, I don't know, like maybe. And he's like, all right, see?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I got to go. He's packing up his bag. She's like, what are you doing? Don't.
That plotline is so ridiculous. Oh, I'm crying. Anyway, so back to this. Yes. I was like audibly reacting to this whole thing.
Yeah.
And I found out that he doesn't know who that is. And I was like, oh my God. Anyway.
Well, he needs to watch A Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff.
Yeah.
That's like really where I know him from.
He's also in the Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan.
he is in
which
that,
I also pointed out. I'm like, he was the guy in Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan. He was like, really?
He has seen
Really?
that.
So he knows him from there.
yes.
He knows.
Okay.
He's seen that.
He wasn't.
So
He wasn't
just didn't-
taken by him. Like, oh,
He
who was
wasn't-
that?
He did not leave a lasting impression.
That's probably good. That's probably a good thing.
Probably.
Anyway, that whole
Wow.
fight happens.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wheels are turning in Rory's mind here.
Yes, she's just like, whoa. Flash to the garden tea room. Lorelai walks into tea, sees her mom sitting at the table, and it's a little awkward. And she's like, so where is Gran? And Emily says, probably torturing the bathroom attendant, I suppose. I don't know. And there's some awkward small talk between them. Emily immediately wants to know how Rory reacted to hearing about the money. But we find out eventually Lorelai says she didn't tell her because she was asleep, so she couldn't. Emily's like, so you didn't tell her.
You didn't tell her.
You didn't tell her. Something I said must have really struck a chord with you. And it's going on about that.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. I influenced you, blah, 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 blah. And Lorelai says, stop. This is just like you to take something great and twist it into something ugly. And they start fighting back and forth about it. Emily's just like, what do you want me to say? And Lorelai says, I want you to say that you're sorry that you tried to talk me out of taking this money, that you realize you were being petty and controlling and mean, and you know that there is no amount of money that could change the relationship Rory and I have. That is what I want you to say. Say that. But Emily won't. She won't
do
say it.
She won't
She's
do
that
it.
stubborn. I'm like, oh my God. But at that time, Gran comes over and says she has to leave a little earlier than anticipated because her train leaves that night and she still has some more packing to do. And she says, plus, I really don't want to witness any more of this ugly fight the two of you are having, raising your voice during high tea. Whoever heard of such a thing?
I wrote that down.
That's a quote. That's a quote for sure.
Good one.
Raising your voice during high tea? Who ever heard of such a thing?
She also says it's like Fergie all over again. What is
Fergie in the British politics.
Oh,
That's who she's talking about. Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh, Fergie, the wife of one of the
Yes.
Prince Andrew's wife.
I don't remember who she's
I
married
don't
to.
even know at
She's
all.
somebody who, she married into the royal family,
Yes.
and like, whenever that happens, it's all like, oh, a scandalous.
Scandal,
What's
yeah.
this person doing now? Like, so she kind of has that sort of role in the British, like, royal family of like people talk about her and stuff. That she's in the news.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
like, Fergie the singer?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I learned about this when Prince William got married, and people were like, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
Fergie. Fergie's here," and I thought they meant the singer, and I was like, "What? Like, why is she at the royal wedding?" And then I learned it was like, "Oh, okay," and then that's how I learned who that was.
That's funny. Yeah. Fergie's here. It's like,
They were
of
like-
all the people
Like the
she was
people,
inviting?
yeah, like the people
Yeah.
commenting on it were like, "And that's Fergie in her hat." I'm like, "What? What is happening?"
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so they try to apologize to Gran, but she says no, she realizes now that offering the trust fund was a bad idea considering the maturity level of those involved. And Lorelai,
Everyone.
just everyone involved. Because Lorelai tries to reassure her that Rory is mature, but Gran is like, it's not her I'm worried about, it's you. And I'm sure Emily, who she believes are the immature ones. But then Gran leaves and says, you are welcome to visit me in London anytime. And says, Emily, come on, we're leaving. Emily and Lorelai are both sitting there just like, oh my God, okay. And Lorelai says to her mom, well, you've won. You didn't want me taking the money and I'm not taking the money. They kind of go back and forth on that. And then Emily tries to apologize and says, I'm sorry. Lorelai doesn't believe her, but Emily says, no, I really am. This was a big deal. Here Rory had this wonderful opportunity and then I ruined it. But she's like, maybe I can fix it. I'll talk to her. I'll talk to your father. We'll get this fixed. Lorelai says, no, really, it's okay. But Emily tries to insist about it. But then Lorelai says, look, Rory can still go to Chilton unless you're rethinking our agreement. And Emily says, no, I'm not rethinking anything at all. So I guess they're good. They end on a good note and they'll see each other next Friday. But before Emily leaves, Lorelai says, can I ask you for one favor? Emily says, anything at all. And Lorelai goes, please don't make me take the coat rack back.
Please.
Police. And Emily says, deal. And they smile at each other. Fade to Stars Hollow. Lorelai is waiting for Rory by the bus. Rory gets off and it's like, oh, I thought you were supposed to be at tea. And she's like, yeah, well, things ended a little early. And then Rory says, I have something I have to tell you. I loaned Paris your black miniskirt and there's a good chance you may never see it again. Lorelai's like, okay, well, there's something I have to tell you. You lost out on $250,000 today. And Rory's just like, what?
What?
But they're just kind of laughing and the la-las are playing and it fades to the credits. And that was episode 18. Crazy.
Crazy. You ready to recap?
Yeah.
I'll start with spooky because we already talked about that. It was the clown donuts.
They were
Right?
like
nothing else.
That's crazy. It just is.
Mom
I
agrees.
just don't know where you get those.
Where do you even get that? It's a good question.
on a random Saturday.
Yes,
it's like
in
clown
Stars
donuts.
Hollow.
Is there a specialty bake shop in Stars Hollow that makes like fun
Yeah, that we don't know
donut
about?
designs?
Not
Yeah,
that
where
would
do
make
they go to buy
clown
donuts?
donuts. They get all that stuff from Luke's. Luke did not
He
make
did
clown
not do
donuts.
that.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah.
I-
So it didn't come from Luke's. Where did they even come from?
There's a bakery in town, but I just don't think those would be served there.
She went and got coffee.
Nobody
from
serves clown
somewhere. Luke's, I
donuts.
guess. to go.
Or just somewhere in Hartford. Maybe it was like a specialty place in
Oh.
Hartford that
Oh,
by,
maybe.
by the school.
by the school. That's the only thing I can think of. But
anyway,
okay.
very
but
weird. and
just
spooky.
get a dozen glazed.
Yeah.
Okay?
Just get normal you don't need to bring clown
donuts. It's like, oh, this person's weird, You brought clown donuts?
They don't really go
Thanks.
with the theme of the day,
Yeah.
which was all about government. maybe they were trying to link that to politicians or something. Being
We're a
clowns.
bunch
I
of
don't
clowns.
think so.
I don't know.
I don't know, but this is the third time a clown's thing has
Clowns
been
keep
brought
showing
up.
up.
Yeah. I don't like it. All right.
All right. Fashion. I liked everything Lorelai was wearing to the dinners and stuff.
Mhm.
She looked nice.
Her tea outfit. I like
And her
it's nice.
both her dinner outfits and her tea outfit were all very nice.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Nice.
Mhm.
Paris's date outfit, not so much.
Not so nice.
Yeah.
And her casual clothes. We're very like businesswoman
Yeah.
too. She struggles. I don't
She
know.
does. I
It
mean,
is
that
hard.
is her whole demeanor.
That's true. But yeah, that date outfit was no good.
Mm-mm.
No. Was there a wholesome moment that we liked in this episode?
Rory helping Paris choose outfits for the date.
I think it was really nice at the end that Lorelai and Emily like made up and left in a good mood. I don't know. They became closer over this situation.
That's what I
A
thought
little
too,
bit,
actually. I thought the very end with
Mhm.
with Emily and Lorelai was like nice. They went further in a positive direction in their
Mhm.
relationship
Yes.
because of that.
Yes.
Yeah, because you find out that Emily is like really scared of losing her daughter. That's what happened through this episode.
Yeah, this is the first time you see like a little bit of a behind.
Yeah, it's like behind the scenes
The
kind of
scene
thing
of,
of
like,
like she really
I like that she comes here. Even if we don't get along, even if we
Yes.
fight, even if I don't
Mhm.
understand what she's saying half the time, I still
right. And she's really
wanna
afraid
have
of
this
losing her.
relationship. Yeah, because she lost her
Completely.
once, you know,
Yeah.
and doesn't want to again. So.
Yeah. Okay. Romantic analysis.
The only things that happened this episode were with Tristan. Do you think anything will happen further with Tristan and Paris?
No,
No.
actually. I think that
I know you
Mom's
were
like,
talking
no.
to me.
That's okay. You can comment too.
No.
I think the events of this episode
Yeah.
kind of like stopped that.
Okay,
Like I think
Mhm.
they're just not going to be
that's
anything.
never gonna.
Which I did not see coming, to be honest. I was hoping something would work out with the two of them.
Okay. Do you think something more is gonna happen with Tristan and Rory?
I still like
potentially.
I've been saying no this whole time, and now I'm like, what? Now I'm
Potentially,
thinking,
even though she said she really misses Dean. She said that.
yeah, she did.
Yeah, Dean was brought
So-
up.
Now I'm like, they cast Chad Michael Murray, and they're not going to have him date the main character. Now I'm thinking that way, but no. I don't like the two. No,
No, again. Yes, this was a time when he was like a popular person, but like this is like the start of his.
it was before that.
A lot of people there's a lot of famous people in this show. It's like
Yeah.
before they became like super
Mm.
famous.
Fair,
So,
that's true.
yeah.
Okay,
so-
I won't think about that.
Yeah.
I still don't think anything more is going to happen with them.
Okay.
She doesn't like him, and I just don't see her like rebounding with him. I just
Yeah.
don't.
Okay.
I don't think that's going to happen. He basically admitted that he likes her to her
yes.
today
Multiple
in this
occasions.
episode.
Yes.
I think something might happen. I don't know because she said he was a good kisser.
That is true. She did say that, and she's trying to be friendly with him.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
trying to like repair their relationship, general, like as friends. I think.
yeah, and it's also something she's never even thought of before. But at the end of this episode, she was thinking about it.
I think she was thinking about it. I think I agree with you
I don't know.
that she was thinking about
It's
it.
just like another possibility she had never thought of before. I don't know.
I just.
Trust your gut.
Yeah, you're always very good on predictions, so you're probably right.
I'm not always right though.
But you are usually on predictions.
It's like one of those things like, yeah, it could happen, but it would be really short lived, wouldn't end well. It would just all these bad things. It's just like,
Yeah.
I don't think Rory. No,
Yeah, but
I
it
just
would.
still
It
don't
would.
know.
It
I don't
would
think
give
she would.
some drama twist stories to the show.
It would. That's true, I guess.
There's nothing else really that happened
Yeah.
romantically with anybody. So
There was no Luke and Lorelai.
he wasn't even in this
Situation.
episode.
Yeah, he wasn't even in this episode
No.
at all. And we also didn't see any phone calls between her and Mr. Medina
Yeah.
either.
Okay,
Yeah.
nothing.
That they're supposedly supposed to be calling each other regularly.
Yeah.
Not mentioned at all in the episode. No, I mean, I think that that's still happening. Well, that hasn't been resolved yet.
Okay.
Okay, and quotes. The only one I wrote down was raising your voice during high tea. Who ever heard of such a thing?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Sorry, I was sick recently. Sorry. Mom, did you have a quote you
I mean,
liked?
I also like the one where, and I don't have the exact quote, but
Yeah.
where she said, I once visited a village in Cambodia and I didn't have to desert there either.
Yeah.
I just thought that was
It's like, whoa.
so funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man. All right. Well, Mom, thank you so much for joining
Yes,
us.
thank you.
Thank you for
It's
having
really
me.
fun.
It was really fun.
Next time, we'll be talking about episode 19, Emily in Wonderland.
All right. Thanks so much, everyone, for listening. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to us on whatever platform you're listening on.
And if you want to support our show, hit us up on buymeacoffee.com/Sisters in Stars Hollow. It is in every episode description, the link. And you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
Until next time,
Keep the coffee flowing.